good. Yay! All right, this is girls cross country, the introduction to getting information. I'm going to go through, for those of you who cannot be here and are watching this at home, this will give you the information to make your life easier. Those of you who are parents, this sort of helps you out and gives you an idea of what's going on too. For those of you who are here, that's information I want to go through and talk about and help you out with, sort of give you a bit of a guidance. We have 3 coaches for girls cross country. Me, I'm Coach Broviak. If you don't know who I am, hi, welcome. I also have Coach Subler, who's 8th grade and does social studies, and she was with us last year. And then those of you who did summer run with me, the run club, JG, Coach George is going to be joining us also. He's currently at a meeting, but he'll be coming in to join us also. So we have 3 of us that we get to bond together for the yelling at you, and you're welcome to go to any of us. I'm technically the head coach, but go to any 3 of us. Some of them are probably nicer than me at times. And sometimes I'm nicer, but not usually. What we have coming up. What I do for the next couple weeks, your goal is to figure out, for those of you who have never done cross country and are not my veterans, is to figure out if you like cross country, if you like me, and if you like the other girls on the team. What I recommend, if you've never done it before, is use the next couple weeks, thank you, Kim, as an experiment to see if you like it. If after, I would say, a week and a half, give me at least a week and a half to 2 weeks. And if you don't like it by then, you're not going to ever like it. But if I can get you to like it in a week and a half to 2 weeks, then you'll probably be good to go. So give it a try. If you've never run distance before, it's fine. For our distance, it's a total of 2 miles. That's how long an actual competition is, which is going to be 4 laps around the track. Although when we run, we don't do laps around the track. That would be frighteningly boring. That's for track.
Wait, that's 8.
8 laps. Whatever, numbers. I don't teach math. Same, see, numbers. Anyway, it's like a whole bunch of laps around the track that we're not going to do anyway. So, give me 2 weeks, a week and a half to see if you like it, see if you like the other girls, and to see if you like my coaching style. For those of you who have me as a teacher in class, my coaching is very similar to how I teach. Those of you who don't have me as a teacher in class, that means nothing to you. But you can probably talk to others to get a general idea of it. Cross country is not easy. If you've not done it before, it's not so much the coaches pushing you, cross country's you pushing you. It's not me making you run. If you want to go out there and not run every day, there's not much I can do. I can't run behind you and poke you with a sharp stick. I'd like to. Laws. It's not the way it works out. So it's going to be you having to push you. My goal is to guide you and make you become the best runner that you can. But it's tough. There's a reason why cross-country shirts say, our sport is other sports' punishment. Because in other sports, when you get in trouble, you run. On our team, that's what we do. And so it gets you there. So it's not an easy thing to do. But with that in mind, I make it as easy as possible. I ease you into it. I realize many of you have never run before. The most you've run is from the bus to your house when you got excited to get home. And that's the most you've done. I will build you up. I also have girls on my team who regularly run and do 5Ks. I have quite the spectrum. That's fine. One of the big things we're going to have with cross country, and one of the big things I'll tell you about as we get into it, is I do not want you comparing yourself to other runners. When you're out there, don't see other people running and say, they're so much better than me, why can't I do that? Or they're so much worse than me, I'm so awesome. There's only one person you get to compare yourself to, and that's you from yesterday. And that's it. If you are better than you were the day before, you're doing something right. Don't worry about the fact that you get tired and have to walk after only doing 100 yards, and other girls look like they can sprint for 2 miles. They have more experience. They're more into it. They have past of doing it. Don't worry about that. So as we get into it, you're going to be exhausted, especially when we have the heat, and if you're not used to running, it's going to be overwhelming. Give it time. Your goal is that each day, did you go farther? Did you run better? Were you stronger? If so, that's what I'm looking for. With our cross-country team, what I'm looking to do is to make you better runners in general. I'm not worried about you guys going out and winning everything. We had an incredible team last year. We won a lot last year. It was absolutely wonderful. If we win absolutely nothing this year, I'm okay with it. I'm sad, but I'm okay with it. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, one, to make you a better runner, two, to have you guys become a better team. Because a lot of what cross country is you guys coming together and working together. Which you wouldn't think of in an individual sport, but with girls cross country, a lot of it is you guys bonding and coming together. And so that's what I'm looking for. At the end of this is you guys becoming a better team and you guys becoming better runners. Don't care about the wins. If they come, hallelujah. If they don't, we'll use them as a learning experience and we'll get better from it. With the actual running that we're going to get a chance to go out and do, you're going to want to dress well for it. It's hot right now. August. Really hot. You're going to want to have good running shoes. Tomorrow I have the guy from Endurance House coming out to talk to us, and he's going to hopefully give us a deal if you want to go out and get shoes. You want to have good running shoes. If all you have are tennis shoes, that's okay. That's better than nothing. I will say that if you have flat tennis shoes, they're going to end up hurting your feet. And by flat tennis shoes, it's sometimes like the Converse or the Skechers, where it's just like the flat bottom. It slaps your foot, and it's going to end up hurting you. You want to have actual tennis shoes that have like the little ridges on the bottom and stuff like that, where it actually fits to your foot. If you didn't bring them today, not the end of the world. If you're not sure, bring me your shoes, and I can help guide you with it. But you're going to want to have actual tennis shoes that you can run in. Once again, if you didn't bring them today, I'm just ignoring you for now. We'll get there eventually. If you didn't bring them today, bring them tomorrow. Bring them as soon as you can. Same thing with clothes. You're going to have clothes that are comfortable to run in. Shorts, preferably, and then make sure you wear something that breathes easily. Gibson, I'll have you stand for a second. What she has is the fabric that breathes easily is what we have for our team shirt last year. It's like the stretchy stuff, which doesn't look like normal cotton. Wonderful modeling gear. That makes things easier when you run because it doesn't stick to your body as much and it breathes a lot more. But t-shirt's good. If you wear a tank top, it's fine with me. Just make sure don't wear the spaghetti straps if you can. Just wear normal ones that have somewhat of coverage so I don't get yelled at. So wear something that you can breathe in. Same thing, running shorts. As far as the dress code goes, I'm not going to harp on you too much. I can't have cross country and say no running shorts because that would be stupid. So it's fine with me. Dress comfortably so that you guys can run. Hydration. You are going to want to drink water. A lot. And then take whatever amount that is and increase it. That's how much water you want to drink. The last thing you want to do is guzzle water at the end of the day right beforehand. And the reason I say that is it's going to sit in your belly. You want to be hydrating throughout the entire day. My veterans oftentimes will carry a water bottle with them throughout the day and drink throughout the whole day. Because that way it's in your system, it prevents cramping, and it makes it a lot easier to run. You want to be as hydrated as possible. If you cram it all right before you run, it sits like a giant fishbowl in your belly. And it just goes sloshy, 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 and it is not a happy thing whatsoever. So you want to sort of spread it out. Same thing at lunch. You want to eat good. One, eat. Do not be a person that does not eat, because that's bad. When you try to run and you have no food in your system, step, you're just going to pass out. It's like trying to drive a car and putting no gas in it. You need to eat. But when you eat, you need to eat smart. Don't eat big, heavy things. If they have the days where they have like the gravy-covered little meat patty with mashed potatoes, yeah, they're delicious. The problem is, that's it's time. That's going to sit in your belly like a pound of glue when you try to run, and it is not a happy thing. Eat a lot, just eat healthily. Make sure that you eat salads, eat bagels, eat fruits and vegetables, eat sandwiches, eat stuff like that that'll sit much better in your belly. You're going to ignore me now. It's okay. I'm used to it. It'll be when you ignore me and you have that meal and then you run, and then you end up throwing up in a bush. Does that ever happen?
Yeah.
Yes, every year. Talk to my veterans. We've all experienced it. You're like, oh, I can fight through it. No, I can't. And so it's just the way the body works. Eat healthily, or if not, your body's gonna revolt and fight back. The way the season works, our meets, we'll have some meets that are home and some meets that are going to be
Don't
away
get picked up.
today,
Yeah.
between 4:15 and 4:30. And I had a kid ask me earlier, like, what time does practice end? I usually end around 4:15 to 4:20. But the problem is then it takes you time to go change. So I usually tell parents to be outside around 4:30.
You don't have to change, by the way.
You don't have to. Sorry, how dare I expect some people to change or grab your stuff? I'm sorry. It takes people 10 minutes to stand around and talk. I don't go in the locker room. I don't know what you do. So whatever it is, so usually they get here by about 4:30 to pick you up. I'm usually done yelling at you by 4:15ish, and then you're usually outside by 4:30ish if that helps. The meets where we run 2 miles, just under. It's technically 1.89 miles. It's like a 3K. If you've never run that far in your life, it's okay. We'll get you there. My goal is that by that first week of September, we're going to build you up to the 3K, and we're going to sort of get you up to that point. Veterans, things I'm missing that I should bring up that I've missed. Bertie?
When's our first meet?
Our first meet, if my veterans remember last year, is the Creekside Invitational, where we have that one that goes around. I think this year it's August 30th. It's that Wednesday, the first week of September. I think it's the August 30th. And you guys all run separately. So that's our first one. Gibson.
I just wanted to say, I had people last year that I knew who absolutely hated running, but they stuck with it and they loved it because they could just continuously beat themselves, and it's like the best feeling ever when you can beat yourself. So even if you don't really like cross country, I'd try to make it to a meet if you can.
And that's usually like I try to say, give me 2 weeks to get you that first one. If you don't like it after that, I completely understand. And I say, if you won't like it by then, you won't like it at all. But give me 2 weeks of wearing you down and the rest of these girls and all their smiles, and it's kind of hard to say no to them after a while.
And also,
Gibson.
are we going to talk about elite today or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll
Oh, that's
give
why.
it just a little bit, but not completely. Bale?
Can I talk about the red liquids?
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Fred?
You should go ahead and talk about the red liquid.
Yeah,
don't drink
okay,
the red liquids.
The day of, or possibly the day before, try not to drink a whole bunch of red liquids, like red Gatorade, because if you're like me, who is stupid, and you go and throw up a lot, which sounds disgusting, if you drink a whole lot of red Gatorade and then you go and throw up, people might freak out because they might think it's blood. You might
That's
not want to confuse that, so please stay away
fascinating.
from that.
Right.
It's disgusting, but it's true. Trust me.
Show Jay.
Talk about Friday morning. That's what I was saying.
That's elite.
All right. It's with the elite. What I'll do, the way it works is throughout what my veterans are bringing up is we do what are called Friday morning practices. And it starts when we get to September. And it's on Fridays, we have practice in the morning. And it's for an hour. It starts at 5:45 and then goes to 6:45. It's optional. It's for the kids that, or the girls that want to sort of step up to the next level. With cross country, I've realized over the years that because we don't do cuts in this sport, I get different levels of girls who come out. Some girls who are hardcore runners, some girls that are just sort of figuring out how running works, and some girls that just want to be part of a team. I'm perfectly fine with that. And so I have different rewards for it. If you're someone that just wants to be part of the team, this is Coach George, by the way, JG, welcome.
That's his real name?
Yes, well, his last name is George.
He's in
That's
my
where the
science
G
class.
comes from. So I separate it into, there's different rankings, and you choose what level you want to be at. Basically, if you just want to be on the team and be part of it, that is absolutely fine. You might not get to compete in every meet and run, but you will still be part of the team, and I'm happy to have you. The next level up is where you still get to compete in all of the meets, and you're part of the team. And then the one beyond that is my elite runners. And my elite runners have nothing to do with speed. You can be the slowest kid ever and still be an elite runner. An elite runner comes off of how much effort you put into it. And it's where you try every day, you never walk, and you keep pushing yourself to go farther and harder, you become an elite runner. And then we have special things that go for you, which is the Friday practices. In the mornings, we come in early in the mornings and practice, and then the Friday afternoons we have games. But that's only for those elite runners. And I have kids that are really, really, really slow and still elite runners. And you're still part of that. If you will try and push yourself, that's all I ask from you, is the pushing and the trying. Do not care about anything else. Yeah.
Does
Has it ever happened like everybody's been on
Yeah,
the team?
as far as the elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually our goal. Is the way it works out. Is as far as my elite numbers are, it's typically almost 100%. And the reason is, it doesn't go off of your speed. It goes off of you trying, and the only person stopping you from trying is you. So as long as you're willing to put forth the effort, you can be an elite runner. And so you also get a lot of positive peer pressure. And that the positive peer pressure is the other girls wanting you to be a part of it. So they'll tell you, we want you to come join us on Friday. Keep pushing. And so that becomes the part where you want to give up because you're tired. And they're like, keep coming, join us. You're like, fine. And then you keep running. That's a good thing. So typically we get close to everyone or something like that. Absolutely. Kidney.
How many captains will there be this year?
And that's up to you guys. It depends every year. We choose captains. I don't pick my team captains. You guys pick the team captains. And that won't be until about the third week of practice. You guys will figure out who you want to vote for. And it just comes down to, some years it's one, sometimes we've had three. It depends on how you guys vote and whether it
Wait,
splits.
so it's like, if there's like 3 people that like,
All tie.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happened last year.
Oh, that's, oh.
Yeah. So that's why. And then other years it's just been one, sometimes it's been 2. It just depends on how you guys do it. Shoal.
For the new people, he was talking a lot about positive peer pressure. So he emphasized not to compare yourself to others, but sometimes it's really good if it's in a positive way. So like, if one of your best friends is like an amazing runner and you have never run before in your life, it might help to start like taking tips from that person, try to see how often you can catch up to that person, different things like that to motivate yourself.
Nicely done. That's what I'm looking for as we move forward. My main thing as your coach and what I look from you as your coach is effort. When we're out there running, do you walk as little as possible? That's one of the big things with us in running and cross country is trying not to walk. It's going to happen, especially if you're new to it. It's okay. It's just each day, walk less. You can sit whenever you want. Whenever we're out there and we're running and you're not up to it, sit. If we're running and you're not up to it, walk. My goal is that that becomes less and less. The first couple of days, it might happen a lot as you adjust. And then each day, you walk less. Each day, you sit less. That's what I look for from you. If you can give me that, that's all I need. I don't care about your speed. The only thing speed-wise is in order to run in meets, you have to be able to complete 2 miles in 20 minutes. It might sound like it's fast. It's not. Anyone can complete the whole course in 20 minutes as long as you don't walk. If you jog in a slow pace and don't walk, you'll do it in 20 minutes. So, and that's just because time-wise, safety-wise, I have to have you complete it in that amount of time. But that's seldom been an issue. As long as you're wanting to compete in a meet and you don't walk, you should be good to go. Yes, dear.
In my first meet, I walked like 99% of the time, and I still made it in like under 18 minutes. So it's okay.
I didn't catch you walking, or I probably would have yelled at you.
I did. I walked it.
I appreciate you coming forward and telling me that. Now I know to watch you.
Also, our cross country course that we have here that we train on is not the best. So if you guys are thinking that all cross country courses are just like the one that we train on, they're not. They're a lot better than ours.
I don't like our course.
All the veterans, you can ask them and we'll tell you we have a crappy course.
Our course is great.
We have to run football players.
Have you even run our
Yes, all the time.
What we're going to do today,
It's on Sunday.
and for my veterans, I look to my veterans for leadership, for you to help out either the fact that we have 8th graders who are rookies, or the fact that we have 7th graders who are rookies. I need you to help them out either A, by showing them where to go and what to do, B, demonstrating the behavior I want so I don't have to yell at my veterans, because if I have to yell at a veteran, you are no longer a veteran, you're an ex-member of my team. But that doesn't happen very often because my veterans make good choices. It's why I like you. My goal with you today is I'm going to have you go change in a moment. I don't have lockers for you yet because we're just not to that point. But I don't want you to leave your stuff in the locker room because girls volleyball and other teams are in there, and I don't want you to have your stuff stolen. So I'm going to have you do is change and then bring your stuff back to my room. And don't get up yet. I have more talking to do, you silly children. And you're going to bring it stuff back here, and I'll store it in my room. And then my veterans, we're going to take them out to the track, and we're going to walk everybody through warm-ups. But wait till I get there, because I want to be there to help walk people through all my warm-ups. but have you guys get them there, get people in a group, talk to them, that bonding thing you guys do. Then when I get out there, we're going to do it. We're going to do a little bit of running. Then we're going to do a cool down, and then we'll be done. And so it'll probably be total around 20 minutes of running, something like that. So it won't be horrible, but at least it'll get you out there stretching, seeing what running's like. All right? If you don't have a physical yet, or you didn't bring clothes to run in, don't change. Leave your stuff here, but I'm still going to have you come out and be with us. Make sense? Hang on. Birdie, let me hit my button over here.
Gracie. Mr. Brobiak.